Good afternoon, everyone. I'm McKenna Nobles with Wiregrass Daily News, and thanks for joining me for our 4 p.m. broadcast. Let's get into the headlines of the day. We're starting in Cottonwood, where long-term mayor James Coachman is asking the town to accept his immediate resignation. Coachman announced his decision at the conclusion of last night's council meeting. He says that ongoing health concerns are the reason he is stepping down, and while he did not provide specifics, he mentions plans to undergo medical tests in Birmingham. Now, the mayor, who was holding this position for the past 8 years, received a standing ovation from the packed council chambers. In response, the council unanimously voted to appoint Councilman Van Granger as mayor pro term. Going over to Enterprise now, where police executed a search warrant at 105 Price Street today and found fentanyl and other drug paraphernalia. Detectives arrested Terrell McMath, who faces charges including trafficking dangerous drugs, unlawful possession of marijuana, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Jace Jones was also arrested and charged with trafficking dangerous drugs, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Both suspects have been transported to the Coffee County Jail while this investigation continues. We're getting into today's video story now about how the Dothan Police Department is asking for the public's help after a recent death. Take a look. Last night, a man was hit by a car and killed in Dothan. Around 6 p.m., Dothan police received a call from someone who watched the incident happen. Lieutenant Scott Owens with Dothan Police tells Wiregrass Daily News that when police arrived, more people had stopped to help.
Found the person in the roadway. Somebody was already providing life-saving measures to that person. Unfortunately, it didn't do anything. The person was eventually pronounced dead on scene by Dothan fire medics.
The victim has been identified as 79-year-old Dr. Marcus Gaddis, a former professor at Troy University. According to police, Gaddis had stopped and gotten out of his vehicle for unknown reasons.
So their preliminary investigation showed that for some reason Gaddis stopped in the 800 block of Honeysuckle Road. We're not exactly sure why he did that at this point. As he got out, he had papers in his hand. He dropped those papers and was picking them up in the roadway when he was struck by another vehicle.
The vehicle that hit and killed Gaddis fled the scene before officials arrived. However, witnesses described the vehicle as a dark Chevrolet SUV looking similar to a Tahoe or the GMC equivalent. Dothan PD is asking anyone with information to contact any of the following offices.
The Dothan Police Department at 334-615-3632, or they can submit their tips anonymously through Central Alabama Crime Stoppers at 334-215-STOP or online at p3tips.com.
Lieutenant Owen says something else to look out for is vehicles with front-end damage. Dothan PD is asking any body shops or dealerships to call their office if a vehicle matching their description comes in for service. In Dothan, McKenna Nobles, Wiregrass Daily News. And Lieutenant Owens did confirm to me that they are not calling this person a suspect yet. He says that the person or people in the car could not have even known that they hit someone. Right now, they are just trying to find out who drives this vehicle and what vehicle it was to kind of ensure that they have the full story from everyone involved. We're going down to the Panhandle now, where a suspected drug dealer has been arrested. The Chipley Police Department has announced that Charlie Blackman is behind bars after being wanted for multiple charges related to the sale of illegal narcotics. Now, Blackman was the subject of an extensive investigation by Chipley PD, which includes 3 undercover methamphetamine purchases. Now, after attempting to evade law enforcement, Blackman was arrested and is now facing additional drug-related charges and non-drug-related charges. And now some road work, or I should say railroad work, coming up. Starting January 13th, which is this upcoming Monday, several railroad crossings in Dothan will be closed for maintenance, with each closure lasting 2 to 3 days, depending on the work that it needs done. The affected crossings include Westgate Parkway between Bishop Court and Technology Drive, Murray Road between Warehouse Drive and Industrial Road, Headland Avenue between Railroad Avenue and Depot Street, North Cherry Street between Railroad Avenue and East Powell Street, and Lake Street between Vogel Drive and Bayshore Avenue. Now, some additional closures will begin on Tuesday, January 14th. That's including Burdishaw Street between Sunset Drive and Bloom Street, in North Beverly Road between Kelly Drive and Columbia Highway. Switching gears to some happier news now, Dothan City Schools has announced its 2025-2026 Teachers of the Year. Now, each of these teachers were chosen for their dedication and positive impact. Those honorees will now compete at the district level, while winners will advance to represent Dothan City Schools in the Alabama Teacher of the Year program, which is organized by the Alabama State Department of Education. So let's get into those award winners. For Dothan City's Early Education Sitter, Michelle Turner; Beverly Intermediate School, Ginny Dion; Carver School for Mathematics, Science, and Technology, Jennifer Mullen; Girard Elementary, Georgia Catron; Hurd Elementary School, Kennedy Marshall; Hidden Lake Primary School, Jessica Lawson; Highlands Elementary, Greg Thompson; Jerry Lee Fain, Iris Helms; Kelly Springs, Sharon Dickinson; Morris Slingloff; Rhonda Brannon, I'm sorry about that one, tripped me up a little bit, and then Selma Street, Latoya White. Getting into those secondary schools, Dothan 6th grade center, Kiana Coachman; Dothan Preparatory Academy, Joe Dunnigan; Carver 9th grade academy, Justin Hendricks; Dothan High School, Adrian Broughton; Dothan Tech, Dana Singletary; and Dothan Virtual School, Heather Kirkland, with Pass Academies, Chris Bryan being the last on that list. So from all of us here at Wiregrass Daily News, a major congratulations to all those teachers doing a fantastic job shaping the minds of the future. Getting into some state news now, the Alabama National Guard has activated approximately 350 guardsmen to prepare for the potential impacts of this winter weather. Mobility support teams will be stationed across North and Central Alabama to assist local communities in the Alabama Emergency Management Agency. Residents in Alabama are urged to monitor the weather updates and avoid driving if roads are frozen and if that's possible for you. Authorities emphasize the importance of reporting dangerous conditions to local emergency management agencies to ensure a quick response to these road hazards. Now, here in Dothan and kind of the Wiregrass area, I don't think things are going to be as bad as other parts of the state, but tonight you can expect the coldest temperature that we've seen this week. Skies are going to remain mostly clear as this evening settles in, with overnight lows dipping to a very chilly 24 degrees. Luckily, it won't be too windy tonight, and wind speeds are only going to be between 5 and 10 miles per hour. And again, guys, if you do not have anywhere to go tonight, these are the warming stations that are open during their business hours. But the First Baptist Church of Dothan is open, I think, starting in just under an hour at 5 for people to come and have an overnight place to stay to escape the cold weather. Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's 4 p.m. broadcast. Those are the headlines from throughout the day, along with today's video story. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 with morning headlines.